Today on the channel we're going to unbox this e-bike. This is called the Hunter and it's from Kingbull. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. You're probably wondering, why is Marty unboxing an e-bike? This is a guitar and music oriented channel. Well, let me tell you, recently I did a video about my Porsche Boxster and it was titled, Am I in a Midlife Crisis? And I showed you guys my 2006 Porsche Boxster. Check it out, I'll link it at the end of this video if you're interested. And you know, I was questioning, was I going through a midlife crisis, that sort of thing. I was kind of half joking, really. But Kingbull reached out to me and they said, hey, we like the fact that you introduce other parts of your life and interests on your channel. And they wanted me to test this out and demonstrate it on the channel. And personally, you know, I love bikes. I've always been a BMXer. I love mountain bikes. I've ridden dirt bikes almost my entire life. Four-wheelers, snowmobiles, you name it. I love auto sports, automotive stuff, and this e-bike looked like it was going to be right up my alley. So I told Kingbull, I was like, yeah, let's do it. Send me an e-bike. They sent me this model. It's called the Hunter, and I'm going to unbox it and check it out, see if I've got, you know, see what all I've got to put together, see if I've got to charge it, and we're going to take it out on the road and give it a full demo and test and see what it's like, okay? So let's get this thing unboxed. This box is humongous. I mean, it is, you know, I'll get a better angle of everything, but it's got these plastic straps around it. It's got these massive industrial staples. This thing must weigh easily 100 pounds. It's got to be at least 100 pounds. It's a heavy box, and I needed help getting it inside. It's a two-person job. So anyway, let me open this up and we'll get some better camera angles, and I'll show you what this thing looks like when we pull it out of the box and see if we need to charge it up for a few hours, and we're going to take it out on the road and see what it's like. I'm pretty excited. Let's do it. Okay, so first things first, gonna cut these yellow straps off of this. Now, for those of you that are unaware of what an e-bike is, it's an electric bicycle. It's got pedals and it's got a motor, and it's supposed to go 28 miles an hour. I guess the pedals are for support if you get in a spot where you need more power or horsepower. You've got the pedals. All right, this is just packing material, so we'll get rid of that. Okay, cool. Let me bring this camera over here and I'll show you what this looks like inside the box. Okay, so in the box we've got the tire sitting there. We've got a box with some parts in it, and it looks like this is probably where the seat or storage is. Who knows? A lot of stuff going on there. So what I'm going to do is pull this out of the box on camera piece by piece, but so far this is what it looks like when we open up the box. Okay, cool. All right, so it looked like there's quite a bit of stuff in here, and I was hoping for minimal assembly, so fingers crossed, minimal assembly required on this thing. Okay, so boy, this thing's heavy. Let's see, how am I going to get this out? I may have to cut down the side of the actual box to get this thing out, because I don't think I'm going to be able to lift this thing out vertically. I thought there'd be some parts I could get out. So let me do that. Let me get out my knife. I'm going to cut the box open down the sides, and we'll get everything out a different way. All right, so I sawed down each side with a huge knife, and we'll open it up. So there it is. Man, check this out. Looks like, almost looks like a motorcycle. All right, cool. I'm really not sure what to do at this point. I'm assuming in this box is all the necessary hardware that's needed. Looks like it's going to be mount the front wheel on the forks on the front, which are right here. and looks like the chain and all that assembly is connected. I don't know about the cranks, and there's an owner's manual down on the bottom. So okay, all right, so let me get my knife or my scissors out, and we'll cut this loose. We'll start cutting pieces loose so I can get it out of here. All right. Box of stuff out. Let's see. It's packed really nice. This is the heaviest package I think I've ever received. All right, let me see if I can get this tire. Oh, there's one more. Two more straps. The box says to keep the packing material for 30 days, so I guess if there's a problem for returns, they want you to have the packing material, or if it was damaged somehow in shipping, they want to make sure that that's something that you can file a claim for or what have you. Okay, trying to get this out. Okay, we got it. All right, so this tire is full of air. Boy, look at this tire. This thing is big. Got white lettering on the side of it. All right, let me get this over here carefully. Lay that down. And here's our front fender. I guess it's our front fender. I would assume it was with a front tire. Okay, now cut more of these humongous zip ties. Get these out of the way. Now I plan on riding this thing tomorrow, so I wanted to open it up today in case there was some type of charging required. Okay, I'm just going to cut every zip tie that I can find that may be holding this thing in place without really knowing what I'm doing. Okay, so this is a back fender or like a luggage rack. Okay, there's the back fenders on it. Okay, cool. Let's see. I don't know what that is. That's either, this is some kind of brake assembly or something. I'm going to leave this. Can't really see it that well. I'm going to leave that in the zip ties. This is protective padding so it doesn't get scratched during shipment. Okay, so the cranks are on it. Here's the crank, and here's where the pedals go in. So that's cool. Awesome. I'm going to get some of this off of it and try to clean up this a little bit, and then we'll film some more. All right, I got a little bit more off of it. All right, so here are the forks. This must be the seat right here. Whoop, that slid right off. Okay, there's the seat. That's what that looks like. That looks comfortable. All right, nice. All right, once I get all these parts off of the bike, then I'll film exactly what everything is that came with it. More padding. It's a nice black. Alright, this looks like there's some electric cables, maybe all the electronic components. I'm being very, very careful because I don't want to snip something that I shouldn't. Alright, here's another zip tie. Alright, so these are the handlebars. Okay. Looks like it's got some type of a speedometer and some gauges on it. Now this has some nuts on it, so you can open up this and mount the handlebars right there. Cool. I'm being very careful because I don't want to damage any of these wires. Okay, cool. There's some more packing on the back side to protect it from getting scratched. There's a piece of plastic zip tie that's keeping this fender in place. There's another one. Another one. So that fender needs to be evidently fastened down here somewhere. We'll figure that out. There's the kickstand. Slowly figuring this thing out. Now this, what the heck is this? Let me undo this. More than likely the brake line or something of that nature. I'm thinking, oh, that's the tail light. Alright, so that tail light's going to mount on the back fender. That's your tail light. Neat. Okay, so the box, I'm assuming, has everything else like, some nuts and bolts, some hardware, the pedals. We'll have to take a look at the instruction manual. So let me clean up this area and we'll get this box out of the way and we'll get all the parts and pieces laid out the way that it should be, okay? Cool, let's do that. So here are all the boxes that came with it, full of everything. Let's take a look at what's inside here. As you can see on this side of the camera, there's the front tire. This is the headlight that was wrapped up. I've got that dangling safely, and these are the handlebars safely resting on the ground. It's being held up by the kickstand on one side, and the crankcase without a pedal is right here. Okay, so it looks like I've got to mount the back fender so that it's off the tire. I've got to mount the front fender probably on first, and then before I put the front tire on, then we'll get the handlebars and the headlight on. This is probably where the battery goes, I would assume, and this looks like the charging unit. I have to look at the manual and see how it charges. I'm going to have to charge this thing up probably tonight. I don't really have time tonight to put this whole thing together. We'll finish part of this up tomorrow, and hopefully the battery is charged enough where I can test it tomorrow. That's my plan. Unbox today, get it assembled as much as I can. I'm going to look through the manual real quick. Let's look inside the boxes and see what's in here, just so we can kind of get acclimated with it. Okay, this is definitely the battery. This bad boy here is heavy. I would say this weighs about 20 pounds, 15 to 20 pounds. This is heavy. This bike itself is quite heavy, so this is not a bike that you're going to want to push around, okay? This is, look, it's got keys. This thing's actually got keys, so you have to start it with some keys. So here's a battery. Looks like it's got an on-off switch, and this is, I would assume, sorry for the poor camera work, that looks like that's probably where you charge it. Yep, that's got the charging port right there. It's a female charging port, obviously. It's got a little lightning bolt with a hand going right there, okay? And the on-off switch. Okay, so that looks easy. that looks quite simple. Let me put my keys in there. Lord knows what would happen if you lost keys and had to contact customer support for this stuff. Okay, so let's open this box up, see what's in here. All right, in box number 2, we've got some reflectors. All right, and here's some straps, probably to hold some stuff down. Pedals, haha, there they are, the pedals. And a cable, there's a lock, a code. It's got like a little code, like a spinner bike lock. Nice. This looks like the thing that goes on the front that holds the wheel in place. So there's your front wheel lock that holds puts the wheel on, and then we've got some extra zip ties. And let me put these, here's the reflectors again. They've got mounting screws and brackets. We put these little, these aren't bungee cords. Yeah, they are bungees. These are bungee cords. Got a bunch of bungees and pedals. Looks like this is probably a tool bag. Says Kingbull on the side of it. So in this tool kit, you've got some Allen wrenches. You've got 6 Allen keys and a couple of open face wrenches and a Phillips screwdriver. Okay, nice. Little Velcro sealer. All right, so that was neat. Didn't expect to get a bike lock system. This is lightweight, so I don't know what's in here. Okay, so in here, this is a bicycle pump. All right, so this is a foot pump for your tires. How cool. And it's got a little nozzle on the end of it. There's different nozzles, even like a little basketball nozzle on the end. So there's a little foot pump. I'm kind of relieved this isn't all like nuts and bolts and stuff. Let's see. I may have spoke too soon. So let me open this box up and see what's in here. Very impressed so far. Okay, so in here, this is the charger for the battery. Okay, so there's a little adapter for that goes in the side of the battery that we just showed earlier, and should be a cable in here. All right, and this is just a standard looking cable. Looks like it would go on the back of a PS3 or a PS4 or, you know, something like that, and that goes in the back of here. So this is your charging unit that charges your battery. So nothing really super unusual. I like that. Okay, cool. So the main thing here for right now are these pedals. We got to get these pedals on, obviously. Other than that, tools, bungee cords. I've got reflectors in there for safety, a pump, tire pump, and the battery with the keys are in there. Didn't mention this, I did earlier, but this is the little luggage rack. You know, you can put your bungee cords on there and carry stuff with it. And then the owner's manual. So I'm going to get myself acclimated with this owner's manual, and I'm going to get this battery on this bike. The first thing I want to do is see if I can get this battery charged up and ready to go. So tomorrow or later on, maybe tonight, when I get this all put together, it'll be fully charged by the morning. I'm not sure how long it'll take, but I'll let you know in the next section of this video. There's the quick assembly guide. Cool. That's what I need. Okay, so what we're looking at here is the mounting bracket for the handlebars. Okay, so here's the screen, the readout, the LED readout. Now I want to be able to see how well my battery is charged while I charge it right now. So the only way that I know that we're able to see that really is to put these, put the handlebars on the bike, and then I'll be able to plug the battery in and then get a readout on the screen, I'm assuming. So first thing I need to do, according to the manual, and obviously, is loosen this thing up so I can get this bracket off of here. And then once we get this off, I can get the handlebars in this bracket and get them angled at the proper position for viewage. I can always adjust it, later as needed, but I just want to get them on there right now so I can get the battery charged. This will probably take a moment, so what I'm going to do off camera, because I don't want to look like a fool doing this and take 20 minutes just to do something that is kind of probably not that hard, but more than likely I'll wind up messing this up and wasting video time. So let me get these handlebars on there and we'll come back in a moment. This is really a job, probably be best for a couple people. I wound up taking the bracket off of this thing, whoops, and getting these handlebars sort of in position. I'm not tightening up these bolts 100% just yet, because you're going to want to get these handlebars angled in a position that you'll like. So for now, I just want to get these bolts started. Get them in the holes. And if everything looks like it's lined up properly, then I can twist these handlebars forward a little bit, because as you can see, it needs to go this way a little bit. This right here says Shimano on it. That's cool. Shimano make lots of cool stuff. I've known Shimano for fishing poles. They make really durable fishing rods and reels. All right, so that looks right to me. That looks right. I've got the handlebars positioned just right. Now this screen here has got a little Allen wrench adjustment right there, so I can adjust the height of that also, or the angle of it. So we'll do that here in a moment. Let me get this buckled down a little bit now that I got it in position, and then I'll get this thing angled at the right angle for now. I'll kind of guess at it. This is really a job, probably be best for a couple people. I wound up taking the bracket off of this thing, getting these handlebars sort of in position. I'm not tightening up these bolts 100% just yet, because you're going to want to get these handlebars angled in a position that you'll like. So for now, I just want to get these bolts started. And if everything looks like it's lined up properly, then I can twist these handlebars forward a little bit, because as you can see, it needs to go this way a little bit. Okay, so here's the battery. On the top of this battery, it says E and F. So it'll show you what your battery longevity is on this also. Looks like it's got a power button. I just noticed this. It may not power on without it being plugged in. So let me turn the on switch on the side of it and hit the power button. Okay, so check it out. I hit the on switch. Okay, so there's the on switch, and then I hit the power button, and it goes up to almost full. Then it turns off. So I wonder if, because it's not plugged in, maybe that's just the tester Maybe that's just the way you can test the battery to see what the battery life is like. That'd be kind of neat. On the side of the battery, there's an ignition for your key also. So you can turn it on and off. So it turns on right there. Okay, the back of the battery, or the bottom of it's got this little receptacle thing that goes on here. So all things considered, it must just slide on like that. I mean, I think we got it. I think it's installed. Huh. Let me turn the key on. We don't have anything on the LED screen. Let me get the camera angle up a little bit. Turn the key on. All right, and then we'll turn the power on. Nothing on the screen yet. Let's turn this power button on here. Oh, there's a power button on the handlebars. Oh, it turned on. Nice. The headlight works. Woohoo! Sweet. The battery is charged about 3/4 of the way. So let me show you what that looks like. Sorry for the jerky camera here. Okay, so here's what the screen looks like. That's the battery indicator up there. The headlight's working. You can see it glaring on the floor. The tail light is working. You can see it down there on the floor. It's not installed yet, so that works. I wonder if you've hit the brake. Look at that. I'm hitting the brake right here. And the brake light's coming on. Nice. I just used the front brake too, and it's coming on. Sweet. Really cool. Awesome, awesome. So everything charges up or starts up just fine, and we've got some battery life. I'm going to charge it up more just so it's fully charged. Okay, so it's the next day, and we're going to put the seat on the bike. We're going to do the back fender. We're going to do the front fender, the headlight, the tail light, and the front wheel. So this seat is really easy. This has got like a clip that tightens up the seat when you put it in here into the frame, and it's got a nut on the back of this that you can hand tighten. So I'll just put this on there for now. We can adjust our height of the seat based on, you know, comfort level when we get to riding. So let's see. All right, cool, cool. All right, so that's what that looks like. That's real sturdy. That was simple. 10-second process. Awesome. Now we're going to mount this on the bike, and we're going to go ahead and get the luggage rack, or whatever you call this thing right here. This will go on the bike as well. So let's get that done. All right, so the back fender and the luggage rack mounting look pretty simple. Got my son Devin here helping me out today. So let's go ahead and we'll get this thing on first. It's nice that the bike came with a set of tools for every piece that you need to work with. So there's identical bolts on the other side that Devin's on, and so this rack is going to mount right on this frame. Trying to do that with my left hand was not working. There's a lot of sprockets on this. I'm not sure how many speeds this is, but this is also a Shimano sprocket. So Shimano being high quality. All right, so now we're going to attach the front fender to the forks. All right, time to put the pedals in, which should be hopefully the easiest part of the process. Threading these pedals have been a little more challenging than we thought. Okay, so I've got the bike put together, and with a little help from Devin, my son, we got the pedals on it. It's got full power to everything. We decided not to put the reflectors on the side because we thought it looked cooler without the reflectors. And we've got the bungee cords ready to go. This is a really cool bike, you know. If you want to go to a gig, we thought up an idea. Check this out. So we've got the Spark. So if you want to bring your Spark to a gig, right? This is a guitar channel, so we're trying to make it as guitar friendly as possible. All right, so there's a positive grid Spark on the bicycle. I guess I could have put a couple Joyo amps on there. And if you had a gig bag with a guitar on your back, you know, I got my Donner travel guitars, or the Enya Inspire. Carry that on your back. You're gig ready. So let's bring this outside and test it out and see what it can do. All right, everybody, we're out here on the ranch. Ranch 5150 Skinwalker. We've got the Kingbull Hunter out here for demo. We're gonna ride this thing out here on a country road real briefly just to test it out. I've got my son Devin with me again, and I've got my dirt bike, or my mini bike I should say. So we're actually gonna ride a little bit together and show you how fast this thing can go. The dirt bike, mini bike will go 28 miles an hour. This thing will go 28 miles an hour. We've already tested it a little bit. It actually runs really cool. The pedal assist function works awesome. So if you're going up a hill and you need a little bit more horsepower, the pedal function works really good. Very easy to operate. Let me show you real quick some of the functionalities. Okay, I apologize for any shaky camera work here, but I'm doing my best. So here is the shifter, the Shimano shifter. This thing will actually shift correct for you. It senses what gear you should be in, or you can manually change the gears. When I turn on the bike itself, might be hard to see on camera in the sunlight, but shows that we've got almost a full battery charge. We've already put 2 miles on this thing. Now when you go into assist mode goes up to 5, starts at 0. So if it's on 0, it's just under pedal control, total pedal power. But when you're in assist mode, the throttle works. This is the throttle of the bike. It's on the inside. So this grip does not work as a throttle on the outside, it's on the inside. It's not like a Tesla where it's instantaneous, where it just boom, it'll throw you off the bike, but it does have pretty good pickup speed. The tires are really fat, really comfortable ride. It's quiet. I was thinking this thing would be kind of noisy with the big fat tires, and I didn't know if the sprockets and stuff would be really super loud, but it's quite quiet and very comfortable. The headlight's bright, tail light is really nice. I like this. I like the little bull on the front, the logo. It's pretty cool. Got a really robust kickstand, and obviously the battery pack right there with the key that's in it. That's the headlight button. There's the horn. This is the dirt bike, or the mini bike we're going to be rolling in also. I call that the Warthog. When you're out here on the ranch, you got to have the Warthog to get around on the acreage when you're doing stuff. So yeah, gonna be riding up this hill and having some fun. Then we'll take it to the park and test it out in public. Cool, let's do it. Okay, so I've got my lapel microphone on, and I'm going to ride with the lapel microphone on. I don't know how long the distance is gonna last on this lapel mic, but I'll carry you along for the ride as far as I can go. Devin's gonna run the camera. I'm gonna go up this hill. I'm gonna show you, this is a pretty steep hill. It's about maybe like a 40-degree, 35-degree angle hill, and this is a pretty long road, so we'll check it out, all right? So here we go. I've got it on assist 1. All right, assist 2. We're at 13 miles an hour, 14. Assist 3. Assist 4. Assist 5. I'm gonna pedal a little bit here. Super easy. I'm going to turn around. We are at 31 miles an hour right now. 35. 30 miles an hour. Not sure if my microphone is still working or not. All right, I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, go, and on go, we're gonna go. He's gonna be on assist 5, and we'll see what happens. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, snap. You beat me. All right, so let's start again. Don't hold back, all right? 1, 2, 3, go. Just watch out for Diane. Holy crap. He beat me. You're going 40?
I think so, because I kept going faster down the hill.
Man.
I looked down and it said 39.
Wow. Man, you killed me. I didn't expect that. And then coming down, there was no way. That thing maxes out at 28 miles an hour.
Yeah. I mean, the initial acceleration, you beat me. But, like, I
Right.
catch up really fast.
Right. Yeah, you got me within like 50 feet. I was like, see ya.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I decided to take the bike to a local park because it's a beautiful day outside, and I don't think I'm quite ready to run this thing on the city streets just yet. And I am going to wear a helmet. In the prior video before this, we were having some redneck fun just for kicks, but going to be responsible, wear a helmet, and ride a couple miles here in the park and enjoy the rest of this afternoon. So let's do it. Okay, so there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video on the Kingbull Hunter 2.0 electric bike. This is one of the most enjoyable videos that I've done in a long time. I really enjoyed testing this thing out and riding it. I'm going to get a ton of use out of this bike. So will my son. He loves this thing. I'm going to have to fight him over it, which is typical, you know, but hey, that's part of life. But we had a great time racing the mini bike. And this thing was awesome at the park. Got a lot of reactions from people. A lot of people were like, what kind of bike is that? And you know, where can I get one of those? And I've never seen an e-bike before. I got to get one of those. And people really were interested in it. And you know, I don't blame them. It was very, very eye-opening for me as a rider to enjoy, just be able to enjoy nature. It was quiet and not exude a lot of energy and get out there and just have a great time on a beautiful day. It was easy to put together. It took a little bit of time, you know, just because you had to pay attention to the manual and use a little bit of common sense, but I wanted it to be right. But charging it and assembly, riding it, everything was just flawless from start to finish. It came packed really nice, not a problem with the bike. Everything came in the box. It should have been there. It went together perfectly. Everything fit just fine and operated flawlessly. So I would highly recommend this as an e-bike. It really is strong. The tires are thick. It's very comfortable. The seat is comfortable. We went off-roading with it a little bit later on in the evening, which is not on camera, but we took it out on some trails and we did some pretty rough stuff with it, and it took it all really well. And anyway, great time with this Hunter 2.0. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this kind of content and just fun stuff in general, feel free to subscribe, comment below, and as always, have a great day. Peace out.